Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special evening live webinar presentation. We have a very special speaker for you this evening, Terri L Moore with Terri L Moore and team. She is a local certified empowerment coach who can help you get past what is holding you back. Terri, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Ryan, other than losing my voice because of the allergy season we're facing.
Oh no. To all of our viewers who are watching this evening, Terri is going to be giving everyone here her presentation of Keeping Your Vision in Adversity. And we encourage you, as you're watching, to ask Terri your questions because we will have a segment in this webinar this evening where Terri answers your questions. So, Terri, I have put your PowerPoint up on the screen and we'll yield the floor to you.
Okay, Ryan, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know if that's coming from my end or your end.
I can hear you just fine, and I can, yeah, I can hear you. I don't seem to have any connection problem.
Okay, and I don't have my do you want me to go ahead and well, thank you everyone for being patient with us as we, obviously work through some tech problems. My first question is, what is the definition of vision? The definition of vision is the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom, a picture you can see in your mind right now. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be challenged and you're going to be inspired all at the same time. My question is, do you talk to people about your vision and dreams? Do your visions scare people? I'm going to share a little bit about that later. Do you know what your vision is for the rest of your life? Or are you running all over the place in your mind with no set target? And what I mean by this, it's very, very important to have a theme for 2020. Okay? Last year, my theme was abundance because I wanted to break through some scarcity mindset areas. This year, it's called dream, just one word. So I ask you, what is your one word that you want to target and hit that bullseye this year? Okay? It's just keep it simple. Next slide. Alrighty, we're going to do an exercise that I do with my clients, and it's called the rocking chair exercise, and it's for only 90 seconds. So let's do this fun exercise together by closing your eyes. So everybody close your eyes. I can't see you, but I trust you. And picture yourself in a rocking chair on a porch at 90 years old. Okay, you with me? Now, as you're rocking, think about all your accomplishments. Could be awards that you have received, your children's successes. You either are a widow and you know that you had a happy marriage, or you're still married and you have a beautiful and blissful marriage. Charities you have helped. You went back to college or got your GED. You may be wealthy or maybe not. Perhaps you became a founder of a nonprofit organization that served and helped many, many people. Now, I want you to just keep rocking and rocking and rocking. And anything else that comes to your mind that you know you've achieved, bring that into existence. Okay, now stop. Open your eyes. Do you have a smile on your face, or do you feel sad? What did you see? You can call in after we end this call and share with me. I would love to hear what your 90-second rocking chair exercise did for you. If you're not smiling at the end of this exercise, there could be several reasons why. I know for me, every time I do this exercise, I open my eyes and I have a smile on my face. And why is that? Because I can honestly say, if God was ready to take me off this earth tonight, I have made a huge impact in this world. I have accomplished much. I have my child, who's 35 now, went on to go to college when we didn't think she ever would. I won many awards when I was a executive director of a domestic violence organization. So those kind of things should put smiles on your faces. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, what could be holding you back from your vision? And we're going to spend a little bit of time on this one. I grew up having blurry vision. Why? Because I was raised in a very dysfunctional family. I had alcoholic parents. I had a brother that was abusive to me. I had parents that never said, I love you. You're going to be great. You're going to go on and do great things. No, I never heard that. All I heard was I was a complete failure. So growing up, I was pretty much my own cheerleader. How about you? Did you have a cheerleader? If you come from a functional family, hallelujah. Now, fast forward, when I was 27 years old, I met a man, swept me off my feet. We ended up marrying. We were married for 3 months, and I found out that he was holding a very deep, dark secret. He had actually told me he had been in the Marine Corps for 9 years, but he was actually in prison for first-degree murder. Talk about your world shattering like glass. My life changed forever. Then he became very violent, punching me in the face, black eyes, so forth and so on. During all that time, I became an alcoholic, something I never thought I'd do. I actually became a drug user and a drug dealer. I became a woman's pool hustler. I couldn't see the forest from the trees. There are 5 strong emotions on this sheet I really want to go over with you tonight because I want you to have clear vision. First of all, rejection. Everyone on this call has been rejected in some form or rather. Rejection is a very powerful and strong emotion that will keep you from finding that vision. I was rejected a lot as a child, and then I rejected myself a lot. Now go down to abandonment issues. If you have been raised with alcoholic parents or distant parents, parents that are distant, then you most likely have had abandonment issues or you still do. The other strong one is victimized. Many of us on this call could have possibly been sexually molested as a child. I hear this from my clients a lot. So what does that mean? That means until you work through that area in your life, you will stay victims to your own self, which then leads into self-sabotaging. Self-sabotaging is forms of eating way too much food when you know you shouldn't, not taking care of yourself, cutting yourself, and basically just not being able to say a good thing about yourself. That leads into criticalness. When we are critical on others, we must take a look inside ourselves and see where this criticalness is coming from. Let me give you an example. I had such low self-esteem. I didn't know who I was for many, many years. It was only 25 years ago I went on a journey to discover who I truly was. But what I loved to do, back then, I loved to be critical on others. Now, why is that? Because it made me feel better about myself. And when you feel better about yourself, you're not going to want to criticize others. You want to love them. So those are the 5 strong emotions that I feel that could be holding anyone back from having their clear vision. Next slide, please. In the adversity of the now. So let's talk about COVID-19. Are you panicking or are you at peace? You know, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard about the man in Texas that pulled a gun out because he thought somebody else had grabbed his toilet paper. Now, isn't that just bizarre? Okay, that's panicking. The other thing is panicking leads to anxiety. Anxiety then leads to depression, or it can lead to panic attacks. Or are you at peace? You know, how I find myself being at peace through all this is reading my Bible, meditating, and exercising. So my next question, do you have faith over your fear? Oh, this is critical at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen. But if you don't have faith over your fear, why not? What is causing you to have that fear so strongly? And believe it or not, it could actually go into your childhood of having traumatic situations in your life. Have you stopped believing in the growth of your business due to the virus? I'm sure many of you have seen on TV where people are just throwing in the towels and they're closing up their business. And we've only been in this pandemic for 3 weeks. They're allowing their fear to override their faith. Okay? We, on this call, most of us are probably business owners. So what, have you stopped believing in the growth of your business because of this? And if you have, do you feel like the world's coming to an end? It may be. We don't know. But the bottom line is you always have to do things to make yourself believe that this is all going to be back to normal soon. So I have a question. What did you do today for your business? What did you do today for your business? Seriously, did you crawl up in a fetal position and watch the news all day and just get yourself depressed and then eat more? And then guess what? Then you're going to have to figure out how to lose the weight. I see this all the time. I hear this all the time. What are you doing to motivate yourself? Are you getting off the couch? Are you taking walks? Are you exercising? Are you breathing in fresh air? I know that's kind of a scary thing today, isn't it? So how about trust issues? This is a big one. You must picture yourself healthy, okay? And as the chart that I just looked back on about the strong emotions, if you're carrying these inside of you, and especially the resentment part, that is feeding negative environment in your body. And that's where viruses can start. It is critical. It is critical to keep your body in great shape, to get rid of those emotions that are holding things back in your life. Because believe it or not, research studies show that most of the negative emotions that you feel that you're holding on to, it stays right in your liver. And that's where diseases start. So as a coach, I'm really challenging you to please work on these strong emotions. Now, the other thing is, too, what about feeling of emptiness and loneliness? I've talked to so many of my friends, and they're feeling so lonely. So they're asking my advice. Basically, I just say, go serve someone, or make calls to your friends. Get on FaceTime, Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about if you don't have makeup on or different things. But you also can download an app called House Party. And it's just what it sounds. You get on there and you talk to your friends, and you can have 10 to 12 people on there. I fear. We just have to basically accept the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that the world may never be the same again. But here's the thing. We must believe that we're going to be stronger when we come through this. We must believe that with all of our heart. There's so many great things this virus is teaching us. Okay? Not just about social distancing, but I'm talking about family, spending time together. You know, it warms my heart when I see my friends posting things on Facebook that their families are playing board games and the husbands are out there playing with their kids. Because men don't get to do that if they're working all day. They come home, they eat dinner, they watch TV, and the kids are going to bed. So this is giving them critical time with their kids that their kids will remember when they get older. Next slide, please. Keeping our business life and keeping our personal life and our business strong is critical in this time. So let me ask you a question. Are you serving others? Are you taking meals? Are you delivering groceries? Are you hanging out with your family and disconnecting from social media? I believe that there's far too many people that are becoming addicts to their phone. They can't wait. They can't wait to the next ding or the next text or anything like that. And they have to check it right away. That's what this world's becoming to. I'm not saying that Facebook's not offering all kinds of great things in this pandemic. It keeps us alert, keeps us interacting with people. I'm definitely not saying that. But what's going to happen when you're going back to work or, you know, life resumes the way it used to be? You're not going to be able to be on your phone all the time. So ease off of it a little bit. The other thing is, too, there are so many ways that you can serve first responders. And I saw this on TV the other day, and it just warmed my heart. This lady went and bought 50 pizzas from her local pizza place and took it to the hospital so those first responders on that shift could have pizza. Isn't that mind-blowing? So I work for a company called World Communion Cups, where we manufacture communion. I'm a church advocate leader there. I talked to my boss today, and I said, could I donate 200 cups and we take them to IU West because some of those people are not being able to get communion on Sundays? He said, sure. So we have to be thinking outside the box, and this is not the time to go inwardly focused. I can't stress that enough. Are you practicing self-care? I'm talking about reading. I'm talking about saying positive affirmations to yourself. Anyone on this call that has my book, I'm challenging you to go back in the back of my book and read those positive affirmations to yourself. It's going to really lift you up. You know, what about hair color? You know, one thing when I was putting this together, I just really realized how much we take things for granted. You know, us ladies, we can go to a hairstylist, get our hair done, get our hair colored. But what about now? Our hairstylists are closed. And so we have to start thinking the way in the olden days, we just go and get box color and be happy with it. No, it may not be as professional as what we've had in the past. Are you taking walks? Are you breathing in fresh air? And then, are you involved in sports? Now, I know that you can't go and sit with a bunch of people right now and watch sports. But what you can do is you can take your favorite sport and move it outside. If it's baseball, get your kids and play baseball. If it's golf, find a place where you can knock balls down the street or something. You've got to be thinking this is not the time to go on a depressing vacation. It's not. This is going to get back to normal. But we are all in this together. And that's why I'm stressing this, because I care deeply about all of you on this call. May not know some of you, but I still care deeply. So are you taking advantage of all the online networking meetings? Are you still holding meetings by the internet or phone? You know, I certainly appreciate, excuse me, Ryan's heart for helping us stay connected. So, Ryan, kudos to you. Next slide, please. Okay, are you known as a survivor or a victim? You know, I was always known as a victim until I figured out one word that would change my life forever to become the survivor I am today, and that is forgiveness. Forgiveness is critical in the growth of your business and yourself. Let me explain. I want you to think about all the people that have hurt you. And if you have an emotional charge with these people, you have not forgiven them. And then I want to also talk about yourself. Do you have days where you feel like you just beat yourself up too much and say nothing but negative things? That's a very deep indication that you have not forgiven yourself. Yourself is going to be with you 24 hours a day, 357 days a year. What? Yeah, that's right. 20. Thank you, Ryan. 365. Sorry, got a little bit confused there. And until, you guys take your last breath together. So it's vitally important today that you become best friends with yourself. Okay, now, with COVID-19, again, I can't stress enough how critical it is on how you view what is happening right now in this world. Are you watching too much news? I asked that question a little bit ago. Are you going to fall prey to the virus? Are you believing you will survive and live? This is a very serious question because every day I wake up and I'm breathing and I'm alive, I am feeling like this is a total blessing because there's many men and women across the world that's not waking up due to this COVID-19. So how you visualize now could save your life and save your business. We lost my husband's father this month. And we got to see him before all this stuff broke loose. And then, unfortunately, he became a statistic of COVID-19. Because my husband and I work around other people, we felt the need, even though it had been a while, to call our doctors. And as my nurse had me on hold, I'm not saying I wasn't scared, because I was, but I kept visualizing her getting back on the phone and saying, "You are fine, no need to get tested." And that was into existence because I did not have to go get tested. So let's go with slide number 8. All right. So I am a crazy visionary, so we're going to have fun with this. Okay, so my question is, has someone put a vision in you that you cannot see it coming true? Thought-provoking question, right? Well, you know what? I did not visualize what I'm about to share with you. Someone else had this vision for me. And here's how it happened. I was executive director of the organization I founded for 9 years. She came to me, she was my executive coach, and she came to me one day and she said, "Your time is up here." I was like, "Oh, am I getting fired?" And she said, "No, but see me in my office in 3 days." So I went into her office. I had no idea what to expect. I was a little nervous. And she goes to her whiteboard and she writes, "Empowerment coach, workshop facilitator, speaker, author." And she goes, "You know why I wrote those?" And I said, "I have no clue." And she says, "Because I see you being all of these." And I just laughed. And I laughed. And I laughed. And then she was very serious. She said, "Girl, I am serious." And I said, "Oh my, that was like blew me over." Well, then I looked at her and I started to cry because I never had anybody believe in me that way. Do you have somebody believing in you that way? Now, here's the thing. I could have denied that vision and went on with my life. But I chose to receive it. And why did I do that? Because I had that belief in myself that I could do it. And as of today, 4.5 years later, I am a certified empowerment coach, a national speaker, and a best-selling author as of 2019. I still look back and know that that woman completely changed my life because I absolutely love coaching. Okay, so yes, I did. Now that we'll get down to the bottom of that screen and you see that I prayed for a husband. This was my vision, not anybody else's vision. I sat for a long time. I've been in the church for a while. I really wanted a husband. And so I kept visualizing him in, and I wrote down a sheet that I wanted all the qualifications to be, like I was in control of all that. And guess what? 7 hours later, I got a phone call. And it was Scott Moore. And he was so excited. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. But I led the 30-something singles group in our church. And he was looking for the leaders. Ha ha. He thought I was going to be a guide. So he was definitely fooled on that one. But over a period of the conversation, we talked about all kinds of different things. And then he asked me what I was doing over the weekend. And I said, well, I'm gonna play volleyball, but I can only play a couple of games because I recently had a back injury. He says, wow, we're playing volleyball tomorrow, but I recently had a back injury. And the light bulb just went on. Now, you know why? Because at the end of my prayer for him, I prayed that God would send me somebody with a bad back. Why? Because I've been in numerous car accidents, and I need somebody that will slow down with me when I'm hurting. And guess what? We've been happily married now for 25 years, and he is a great husband. So you can see that it's critical to keep your vision alive. Next slide, please. I believe that slide, Ryan, is stand in your sparkle and dare to dream big. Okay, so when you believe in yourself and you let go of all the stuff in your past, you can stand with your head held high, your shoulders back, and ready to take on the world and be illuminated and ready to be able to stand in your big dream. We're not supposed to dream small, ladies and gentlemen. We're supposed to dream big dreams for our life. And if you know any motivational speakers that travel all over the country, you know that they're big dreamers. They don't sit and just dream about going on vacation. No, they're 10 years. They're 10 years ahead of us. Okay, next slide, please. Vision board training, yes. Okay, so vision board training. All right, this is fun. This is where the fun happens when you're visualizing things. First of all, you want to keep it simple, okay? You want to find pictures of what you would like to accomplish. And you want to make sure that you have empowerment words on there because those empowerment words are going to motivate you. Now, purchase a white cardboard. You don't have to have the super big size because that can frustrate you. So just purchase a medium size. And here's where a lot of people get in trouble. They use glue. So I'm asking you to please use tape because when your vision on that board comes true, you can remove it to another board called Victory. And the most important thing, don't overload it with pictures. Too many people just slap all kinds of pictures from magazines. And then what happens when they don't see those dreams becoming realities, they get very upset. They get very depressed. And that is not what vision board training is all about. So I'm going to talk about my vision board. Now, for the sake of the picture and the screen, we had to break it down. And so this is not actually my vision board because I have a bigger vision board. All right, so you can see at the top. Are you with me, Ryan? Okay. Where it says dream. In the beginning of this, I said that this is my number one target this year is to dream and to dream big. Okay, so obviously you see the word travel. And I got my little suitcase, and you can see the word beach, because I love the beach. But this year, my husband and I really want to travel, okay? And as soon as this pandemic is lifted and gone and done with, we're going to start traveling, all right? So if you go over to the right, you're going to see Disney World, okay? The reason it's on my vision board is because I want to go back to Disney World and I want to tour the animal kingdom. All right, but the real truth in the matter is why that's up there is I'm visualizing someday that my daughter and my son-in-law will allow my husband and I to take our grandkids to Disney World without the parents. Now, if you look right underneath there, you're going to see Walk the Talk series. Okay, this is a speaker series that occur like every 3 months. Right now they're on hiatus with the COVID-19. But I want to be on the next one. I'm visualizing that my audition goes great. They accept me. I'm on stage. I already know what I'm going to wear. This is a golden opportunity for speakers to get your name out there. Now, if you look to the left, you're going to see where it says paid in full. Okay, so I have already visualized that I'm going to be able to take scissors and just start cutting up all my credit cards. And oh my goodness, in the last 3 years, my husband and I have worked very hard to get our credit card debt down. So much that I accidentally sent a payment to one of the credit cards that we'd already paid off, and they sent my check back. But those are beautiful things because when you're out of debt, you're out of debt, and it's a great feeling. Now, if you swing over all the way to the left, you're going to see a blue Nissan Rogue, okay? Now, many people, when they're getting ready to go look for a car, they go to the dealership. They don't know what they want because they have not visualized that car in. When I go to Nissan after this pandemic lifts, I'm going in. I'm going to tell them exactly what I want. I'm going to test drive that exact car, whether I buy it or not. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but that's my car. That is my car. It's my color. I know what kind of seats I want. I'm happy when I look at that. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, your vision board should drive you and motivate you every day to achieve something for yourself or your business. And that vision board needs to stay out where you can see it every day. Not in your closet, or not in your pantry. And then now I want you to swing all the way to the right. Okay, so my husband and I have a dream to retire and eventually move to North Carolina. Okay? And so North Carolina makes my heart jump because I want to go to the, what do you call that? Zip lining. So that's over to my left of my vision board. Now, I'm going to swing back over to the right. That's a kayak. Right now, I have a kayak that you have to sit inside, and I almost tipped it many times. So my vision is to own that kayak that they're sitting on top. And if any kayakers on this call, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, now, to end this vision board, I want you to look at this log cabin, okay? I can blame this on my husband because he got me hooked on log cabin living that's on TV. And oh my gosh, it's just a beautiful and warm feeling that when you look at those log cabins. So now I want a log cabin. So I visualize this in. Okay, now, and And so I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but someday we will own a log cabin. All right. So wouldn't you say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dreaming big? Yeah, I want to go to Italy someday, but that's not right now, but it should be up there, and I will put it on my other board. But the most important thing is to know and believe that you're going to have victory, and that eventually all these that's on your vision board will be moved over to your board called Victory. Then guess what? You just dream more. You have more vision. All righty. But I love to talk about my vision board. All right, next slide, please. All righty. So ladies and gentlemen, in closing, if you can't give yourself a loud and proud 10 while staring at yourself back in the mirror, then please let's set up a complimentary 15-minute phone or Zoom call today to discover more of your beautiful self. So 15-minute complimentary phone session or Zoom session with me. So all you need to do is call me at 317-201-8389 or go to my website that's on the screen. 25 years ago, I went on my own personal journey, and now I've put it into a 5-step coaching program to help individuals to finally find their true self. The other offer I have for tonight, next slide, I'm sorry, Ryan. Okay, is I am also offering my book called Face to Face with God, My Best Friend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a religious book. This is a self-improvement, Christ-centered book. It has scriptures, and it has a lot of testimonials about how you can change, and I give you lots of practicals, and you really get to know me through this book. I'm very, very proud of this book so much that I know that on the screen it says $17. I'd like to offer this tonight for $16 and free shipping. The only way to get this book, other than Amazon, and Amazon charges a lot more, is to contact me. And you can contact me through the website, or you can contact me by making a phone call at 317-201-8389. And finally, next slide, please. I want you to look at this slide. Be fearless. I want you to be fearless. I want to be more fearless. I want you to have a vision for your life. I want you to believe in yourself. The only reason you possibly don't believe in yourself is because you had people dictating who you were growing up. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go, and I can certainly help you with that. Always hustle. If you truly want to have a great personal life and a business life, you always have to be hustling. Stay focused. Oh my goodness, that's one of the biggest challenges for women, I think, is just staying focused. Get out there. Not so much now, but get out there. Get into those networking meetings, online, in person. Ryan's going to open up his networking meetings again once this is all calmed down. And get motivated. Stay motivated. You know, like I said earlier, take those walks. Talk positive affirmations to yourself. And keep yourself inspired by reading books, reading the Bible, you know, meditating. And I will promise you that you will find that true self, and you will never have to ask yourself again, will the real me please stand up? Thank you so much. You have been a delightful audience tonight.
Great. Terri, thank you so much for your presentation. We're going to open our stream now to the Q&A segment here. For anyone here watching with us, we haven't seen any questions from you yet, but we encourage you to drop a question into the comments for Terri here, and she will be happy to answer them for you. Christian actually has a comment for you here. He says he loves the idea of also having a victory board.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Yes, vitally, vitally important because especially like this time that we're facing, we can feel defeated. We can feel that that virus is just defeating us, and we can't let that virus win. We have to keep those victories in front of us at all times. So thank you. Miss you.
Well, Terri, I'll ask you a question here. What's one thing that an entrepreneur can do while they're at home to kind of, keep their routine?
Well, first of all, I think that you have to set a certain time to work on your business. And it's a lot harder when you are working from home if you're not usually working from home. But the other thing is too is when you're on these meeting calls and these networking calls, dress yourself up a little bit. Don't get on a call and have your pajamas on. It doesn't exude confidence, That's just my opinion. As far as that goes, Ryan. And then on top of what I just said earlier is there's tons of networking meetings going on online right now. You can probably find a networking meeting every day of the week. And look at you. I mean, these people need to get on this dial-in networking. I've been on one and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm going to get back on more. But, for right now, entrepreneurs, they just got to stay in their routine. And the biggest thing I can say to them is make sure that you're keeping in touch with your team. Don't let your team just be wandering all over the place either. They need you. You get emails from the higher uppers. Well, they need to hear about it as well. And my fear, Ryan, with entrepreneurs is that a lot of us feel like we're just on vacation. And it's going to be really hard once this is over with to get back into the swing of things if you don't keep yourself motivated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Terri, I still do not see any other questions here. So why don't we go ahead and you can share how our viewers can get in touch with you, and let's go over your offers again.
All righty. Thanks, Ryan. So tonight and always, I'm offering a 15-minute complimentary phone or Zoom session just to chat and see, if you do need me for further coaching. The other thing is I'm also offering my book, Face to Face with God, My Best Friend, at a discount of $16, and that includes free shipping. You will have it signed by me, and I will have it shipped out to you as soon as possible. You must call me, though. You don't want to go on Amazon because Amazon's charging too much money for my book. And they put it in a different area that I just found out, Ryan. They put it in the New Age spirituality. Oh, I got to go in and change that. So tonight I'm offering for $16, free shipping. Get your book signed, and it will get shipped out to you as soon as possible. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This book, when I wrote this book, first of all, it took 7 years in the making because I can be a procrastinator at times. which can also kill your vision. But the thing about it is, I never dreamed how many people would be impacted by this book. And I feel very honored about this each and every time I go to share this book. So those are my offers.
Great. And we actually have a last minute question here from Christian Tombers, and that's regarding your April 16th event that was scheduled with Gina and Molly. Has that been rescheduled, or was that conducted or offered online?
Good question. Thank you for that question. Gina has decided not to offer it online right now. And she hasn't been able to reschedule it yet, but I do believe she's planning on scheduling it.
Awesome. Well, Terri, thank you so much for being our speaker this evening. And to all of our viewers, thank you so much for watching this evening.